Welcome Aries to your March 2016 general reading. I'm using a new deck of cards this month, the Ghost and Spirit Tarot. I hope you like them and I hope you like the reading. And my apologies for being slightly late. I'm endeavouring to get all the readings up before the end of the first week of March, and I'm on track to doing that, so hopefully not much longer. So what's in store for Aries for the month of March, and what information or advice can you give them for their highest good and for the highest good of all? Aries, interesting. I'm just going to do your numerology before I get into the reading. So the number is actually a 31, which breaks down to a 4, but a 31 is a sense of feeling contained or self-contained, maybe a little bit isolated, that things don't feel so stable. And a 4 is about stability. It's working towards stability, but there's a lot of hard work that is needed. Maybe there's a lot of hard work needed for the month of March, which can be quite isolating for you, make you feel quite isolated from your loved ones, because you're trying to create some sort of stability. But coming into March, and I have to point out that we have the Death card as the foundation. So something has already happened, or the foundation is that there's a major transition that is the basis for this whole reading. Major transition, or the death of a situation, or letting go of something which has had its time. It was time to move on and move forward. And death is also the pathway to new beginnings. So an idea or way of thinking has changed. So there's been a major change in how you think about things, or a major change in your sense of stability, or the transference of energy to one form, from one form to another, which again is change. But let's just see how this energy moves. I mean, 13 is a 4 as well, so this reading is a 4. There's always synchronicities with the cards and numerology and astrology. The way that you're coming into March is 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands requires action. It's like you're taking action, or you need to take action to realize your own dreams now. The lady has red hair, and wands are all about fire and passion, and so is red hair, obviously. So you're motivated to take action, and you have a drive to do that, but don't be deterred by your ghosts of the past, or things in your subconscious that will detract you from your focus. Things are starting to develop. You're starting to get ideas, and more patience and action is needed to put things on the right path. What you're missing may be a sense of emotional contentment, maybe romance, emotional connection. What did I say? That the 31 energy can feel a little bit cold and lonely sometimes, and the moon in this position is saying what you're missing. So maybe you're missing that connection. The moon can also be cold, but it can also be romance and relationship. Maybe you're missing stability of some description, emotional stability. The moon always, for me, is ambiguous. It's never clear, and neither is the moon itself. It changes, it waxes and wanes, and there's a mystery about the moon. So maybe there's a mystery that you don't quite know, like something's elusive to you. You're not sure about something. It may also be talking of that. It can also be using intuition as your guide, and maybe you're not using your intuition as your guide. I feel a very definite message here, and I'm just trying to connect to it because it's a little unusual. It's interesting, these two cards for me. This has a shadow. If you have a look at the female, her shadow side is looking the other way. It's almost looking away from her purpose or her focus and her passion, almost distracting or detracting her. If she's not careful, it can lead her in the wrong direction. And the moon as well, for me, can sometimes symbolize the shadow side of the psyche. Maybe you're not in touch with your shadow side. Maybe you haven't integrated your shadow side yet. Maybe you're still in the dark about that. You have the light and the dark. Maybe you haven't illuminated something hasn't illuminated for you. You haven't seen the light with a situation. This is about manifesting your dreams, what it is that you want in your life. And then you have this shadow side, and maybe this shadow side, there's something about it. There's something about you, your own psyche, that you're not aware of yet. And it's hampering you. It does affect you. It does detract you from your purpose and from your focus. Just be aware of that, Aries. The reason why you're unclear or there is some sort of shadow side at work here. Page of Wands is an interesting one here in this position. Why? Maybe there's something from your childhood that hasn't been integrated. Because I always see this as a child kind of energy, something from the past. This vision of a child's skeleton, and it's got skulls behind it. It's carrying skulls behind it. Maybe it's got a lot of childhood issues that haven't been integrated. It could also be that you are missing someone. Maybe you're missing someone with a childlike quality. And it feels kind of cold sometimes. You're kind of a bit lost without them. Someone from your past, or someone that is younger than you, or there is symbolically your own past that you haven't integrated. You know, like we carry behind us a sack of our troubles from the past, and they go with us from relationship to relationship, from situation to situation, and they do affect how quickly we move in life, how we integrate into new situations. And this is pages are kind of like newness, learning something new, acting something new, maybe doing something new. Maybe you haven't done something, you haven't integrated something in order to create a new situation for yourself, or you're still learning about all these things that have affected you, and there's still more that you're in the dark about. It's an interesting reading. The moon always gives me that sense of there's something missing, like you haven't got the full picture yet. it's like a mystery, and that's what I feel in this energy. It's a mystery. It's a very odd reading as well. I mean, we start off with transitions, changing from one form to another, having lost something or having to have let go of something, and it was a difficult transition for you. And now looking at finding yourself again, looking at your passion. It's like starting from scratch. What are your passions? Where are you headed? Do you have a focus in your life? Do you have your own dreams? And there's a mystery. It's a mystery for you. You're still trying to work it out. There's still things you don't know about your own self and your own psyche, and the whole purpose is to come back to your childlike sense of wonder and enjoyment, the things that you used to enjoy as a child, maybe. That's another interpretation that I'm getting. The Knight of Wands is in the position of, well, it's your advice card. And the advice card is to seek adventure. The Knights are always about movement, about change, about taking action, especially the Wands energy. It's fiery energy. And this guy, he's, swinging from a swing that's attached to a waterfall, and above it is the moon. I think it's the moon. It looks like the moon. It's intuition, and it's attached to water, which is emotions, but it's action. Like there's a lot of excitement and action around him. Things are moving and he's not quite sure, but he's doing it anyway. It's seeking out adventure, which goes hand in hand with the Page of Wands. Maybe something that you haven't done. Maybe you've been held back in the past because of your childhood. You haven't really enjoyed certain things. And now it's saying to take action, to bring about changes and adventure in your life, to enjoy things, feel the fear and do it anyway, that kind of energy. Because you are supported. I mean, it may not look like there's anything that it's attached to, but it definitely is. It's keeping him up, and he needs to just enjoy the ride. What's going to become illuminated for you for the month of March? There's an integration of the male and the female, possibly a relationship, a very strong relationship, a very balanced relationship that possibly even requires a choice. When I first saw this card, it's only come up once in all the readings that I've done. This is the second time. I was a little bit perplexed because it's so dark, and generally the Lovers card in the other decks is usually full of light and gold and vibrant colours, and then there's an angel. I mean, not with this deck, not at all, but I was intrigued because with all the darkness, there's these energies or strobes of light that's protecting and guiding the horse and the riders. That spirit is protecting the journey. Even where there's darkness, where you don't quite see where you're headed, there is protection and guidance for you. So a new relationship may come about, or you may take a risk. You may jump into a new relationship and you may not know where it's headed, but you're going to enjoy the ride. Definitely. It will definitely bring you union of some description. It will bring you love. It will bring you a connection to another person. Adventure, seeking adventure, and you're going to do it for that reason. You're going to do it because you're seeking adventure. And there's some sort of unconscious motives with this. You need romance. Maybe your emotions have been changeable and you're not quite sure. If you are already in a relationship, and it may be that somebody else comes along that you will be intrigued with. And then this could mean deception, not understanding your own motivations of why you're attracted to somebody else. But it's because you are seeking some sort of adventure or some sort of joy or vibrancy in your life. And you will do it for the sake of adventure, for experience, for movement, to create movement in your life. Maybe things have been stagnant. Two of Wands also talks about that. It talks about looking after your needs, focusing on your needs, starting to create the dreams that you want. And maybe that may be a relationship. Alternatively, if we're looking at this not from a relationship perspective, but work or money or job or any other situation in your life, the Lovers can always indicate a choice. But in this deck, I don't feel it's so much a choice. I think it's about bringing to balance two aspects of yourself, the light and the dark, the shadow and the conscious, the anima and the animus, which is the yin and the yang, the male, the female. I mean, we can go to so many different contrasts, but it is a contrasting energy. So it's bringing the two contrasts together to create a whole. And that's basically what the Lovers card is, bringing the male and the female energies, or the yin and the yang energies together to create a greater whole. So there will be an opportunity in March where you will have that opportunity to integrate two aspects, two opposing aspects together, and it will be guided and it will be protected. And I'm hearing for your highest good, for whatever that is worth. The outcome card is an interesting one considering all the others, and this is why I'm so perplexed by this reading. I'm trying to go back to the numerology, and the numerology again was a 31. Maybe there was a sense of loneliness. Maybe you were lonely in your relationship, or if you are in a relationship, or you were in a relationship and it ended, or you made a decision and you became lonely, and so now you're seeking adventure and a new relationship comes along that offers you a sense of joy and adventure, and you will take it. But I think you're still thinking about the ghosts of the past. I think you're still thinking about something else that you've lost. So there might be this new opportunity and adventure, but you're still thinking about the past. It's like you're looking at, if we focus on the Five of Cups in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the 3 cups are spilled and then there are 2 cups still standing. You're focusing on, the figure is focusing on what's in the past, and again here the boy or the individual is focusing on a ghost, needing to let go of that. And there's a doorway behind him. Curiously enough, I was trying to figure out how this relates to the normal Rider-Waite. Well, he's looking at the past and yet there's a doorway and he can't see the doorway. He's got his back to the kind of gate that leads to something else, and the something else has greenery, shrubs and glass, and so there's something else behind him, and he's not focused on that so much. He's focused on this ugly ghost. It's the end, and he can't let it go. He's trying to hold on to the ghost with his hands. He's holding on to the past, and he needs to let it go in order to move forward so that he can fully enjoy anything new that comes to him. Integrating something in the subconscious mind or the unconscious mind, and some sort of integration needs to occur for this boy to let go of that past and to be able to walk through the doors, the gated doors, into his future, which looks far nicer than this old hag, doesn't it? And I don't mean that in a negative way. If this is a relationship, you're relating this to a relationship, I'm not saying that the old partner was an old hag. Please don't dislike my video because I said that. I just mean that it's old, it's it's something that's past, and he needs to let go of that. He's so intrigued with it, and I'm so intrigued with the picture myself. It's almost mesmerizing. It's ugly, but it's mesmerizing. And that's what it feels like as well. You're mesmerized by something that's old and died, and you need to let it go and move through the gates to something new, to what you already have. What you already have is the two. It's interesting. Two, with the Five of Cups, 2 cups are always upright, and 3 cups are overturned. And you have 2 as in unity. There's something else. There's something else available to you. If there's a love triangle, if there's someone new that you're interested in, or you are drawn to the past. You are drawn to a past relationship, but I don't see the 6 of Cups here. Too many shadows here. These are too many things from the past that are dying or gone, and they have a way of drawing you back in. And it's an unconscious motivation. You don't understand why or how. You keep getting drawn back into something, and it's about letting it go, or it's already gone, because we see the skulls there and the death saying it's gone, but you keep getting drawn back into it. So try and enjoy what you have in front of you. It's seek adventure. Seek adventure. Seek the new. Go into something new. Try something new for the joy of it, for the pleasure of it. I hope that was useful to you, Aries. I hope you could understand that. Sometimes when I'm reading it and I don't quite remember what I've said, because I'm just trying to regurgitate the information that's coming to me, and it's not always as clear cut, because it's not a reading for one specific person. I have to try and incorporate this for all of you in some way, that you all get something out of it. Many blessings to you for the month of March, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.